saying, here is wisdom, let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is a number of a man, and his number is 666. And when you break those three numbers down, 666, it breaks down to three Greek letters, chi, psi, stigma. Now stigma at the end, it doesn't break it down when you go into the root word. When you go into the word stigma in the scriptures, it speaks about the prints that Yahweh Shai actually got in his hands and on his side. You know, which some the so-called Catholic priests call stigmata. You know, when you get those cuts. You know, so pretty much that's letting you know that it's actually something that's put into you. Now, I mean, if somebody can bring it out, what is that? Galatians 6, and I believe, what is it, 17? If you could read that, but if somebody could get the blue letter Bible on that, I think, I'm not sure if it's 17 or 19. It might be 19 verses I bear the marks of the Lord.
It doesn't have 19. Yes.
Right there, 17. Yeah, let them read that real quick. You got the one in Galatians, right? Okay, go ahead, brother.
Galatians 6 and 17. From henceforth, let no man trouble me, for I bear in my body the marks of the Lord Yahweh Shai.
Now, were those not actual marks? That wasn't they didn't just nail the Lord to the cross. He was just floating. They didn't actually put no cuts in him. They actually put railroad spikes, as the so-called scholars call them, through his hands, and then they pierced him on the side. They did it through his feet. Now that word there for mark, read that, brother.
All right, the Greek word is stigma.
Stigma. Now when you go and you read Revelation, the 13th chapter, and you go and you read the 666, the three Greek letters there is chi, psi, stigma. But all it says is 666 or 666. It doesn't break down the last letter, or each letter, it doesn't break it down. But the last letter, stigma, is broken down in this particular scripture. Read that.
It says a mark pricked in or branded upon the body.
A mark pricked in or branded upon the body. Go ahead.
To ancient Oriental usage, slaves and soldiers bore the name of the stamp of their masters or commanders, branded or pricked, that parentheses cut.
Cut, see? Because when you go back in history, when you had animals, you would brand them according to the name of the master. When you had slaves, they would be branded according to the name of the masters. If you had a slave that like a Hebrew slave that wanted to go free, or you wanted to set him free after 6 years of his service to you, then he would be able to go out free. But if he wanted to stay with the master, he would have to have an awl put through his ear in significance that this man belongs to this particular slave owner for life. And that's why they want to put the microchip inside of people, because they own everybody already, because they got the warehouse receipts, which is the so-called birth certificate, but now they want to do it physically so they can know everywhere you go and control every aspect of your life. Okay?
It says pricked or cut into their bodies to indicate what master or general they belong to.
That's it. So read the first part again.
God. This is stigma in the Greek. It says a mark pricked in or branded upon the body.
A mark pricked in or branded upon the body. You know, if you can, brother, when you finish that, just go to the one in Revelation 13:18, so that way you could read that, so you can see that we're not making it up. But you could look it up yourself.
Can I say this? Did y'all see that video? The brothers out there, GMS in LA. That dude from Nigeria, Liberia. He came up and he said he was in the military, and he said he had like 4 chips in him. And he said he was in the U.S. military. And as soon as I think he said, as soon as he got in, part of your what do you call it, orientation, is you got to get them chips. So that's so there's a lot of jakes in the military that's getting them chips, and they probably saying don't say nothing. Well, he did say I'm not supposed to say this. I'll get in trouble if they find it. So they told him don't tell nobody. Right. And I said this years ago. I said they're gonna make people get that chip as a class. If you got the whole military, part of the orientation is you got to take the chip.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
But you already signed the documents, and he said that.
Oh yeah.
He said I got 15 more years with him, which a servant is bound for 7 years. So in the military, you got a 7-year contract, but he said 15, so he's gonna be bound for two weeks. 2 weeks, so to speak.
Yes.
So, but he said they explained it to him and went over, and I got mad at dude. I said, man, fuck. If I was, I said, man, keep walking, man. You're already done.
Yeah.
You're already done, man. Yeah, but the white man told me, you know, I got to sign a contract, and well, go good, sign a contract, man. I'm glad you took them goddamn chips. And then more of these jakes are gonna take the chip, man. Yep.
So yeah, early release. They might say some of them niggas, you know, in the prison system. They might say if you want to get an early release,
And they're gonna say, oh hell yeah.
yeah.
You know, Jake on death row. Look, we got a new program. We're gonna let you off 6 months. 6 months later, we gotta go through this system, this program, and then 6 months later, you go to this program, you get the chip, you be out. So what are they gonna say? They're gonna say yeah.
That's what the scripture mean by
Go
it.
ahead, brother.
He causeth all, both small and great. You're gonna put.
But not everybody's going to take it. You're going to have people that's not going to take it, man.
Yeah, you're going to present different scenarios and make it enticing and make it attractive to Jake. And the ones that are allotted to take it, they're going to take it. Like the Apostle Elder said, not every Jake is going to take it. Matter of fact, you're going to have Jakes that's going to straight out reject it and get killed by a guillotine.
Yeah.
That's it. If you don't mind bringing that up.
Oh yeah.
You know, so it's hey man, it's real, man. It's as real as it gets. And you notice them other camps, they ain't talking about this stuff, man. What they talking about? Some fucking bullshit, man.
Yeah, but this is what you're supposed to be doing. See, when you had the watchman would sit up on a tower to watch for the enemy. And when he saw the enemy coming, he would blow the trumpet to warn the people to get ready for war. And that's pretty much what we're doing. We're standing on the tower blowing the trumpet, warning the people, letting them know, look, this is what's coming. So prepare yourself. You know, and we're telling them what I was saying earlier, the consequences and repercussions for taking that chip. You know, that the Lord's going to destroy them if they take it. You know, but that's what you're supposed to do. But then you got these hirelings that are not the shepherd, the true shepherds, like Yahushua is, you know, that are telling the people different because they've been paid off.
Yeah, you're supposed to make, when you teach this Bible the right way, you're supposed to evoke passion, man.
Yeah.
You're gonna piss people off.
Yep.
Especially people in the higher ups. You're gonna piss them the fuck. Look at Yahushua. Why do you think they wanted to kill Yahushua? Because he was saying sweet nothings to everybody? No, he was stirring up the pot, man.
Yeah.
They say, hey, we got to get rid of this guy. You know, his own people wanted to try to kill him, man. They tried to grab him, throw him off a mountain. Why? Because of the stuff he was saying, man. So the real prophets, they evoke passion, man. They stir shit up, man. And the scriptures say to stir up your pure minds. You know?
I got a quick precept.
Yeah, bring it up.
Isaiah 13:2. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain. Exalt the voice unto them. Shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the nobles. And that's talking about the ones that are pretty much taking care of the legislation. You know, we're going to be brought before them. You know?
In other words, we're going to raise up so much hell that finally they're going to say, look, we got to do something about these Israelites, in particular, Great Millstone.
Yep.
Those guys they're like a pest. We got to do something about these guys. That's what it means, go to the gates of the nobles.
That's right.
Yeah, you don't think they ain't watching us? They watching, man.
Oh, yeah.
They watching. And I'm going to tell you something. The top elites of this society, they ain't going to they look at us as slaves.
That's right.
Let me bring it down to reality for you. They don't look at you as, it's a cool brother. No, they look at you as slaves. They look at us as slaves.
Beneath you.
Right, and that you're beneath them, and they're not about to give up their slaves. Just like Pharaoh of old, he wasn't about to give up his slaves. When Moses came to him, he wouldn't. He said, who is your power? Who is your God that I should let these people go? Well, the elites of this society, Esau's elite, they feel the same way. They're the same modern day Pharaoh, man.
That's right.
This is done over. It's the same movie done over again, man.
Will somebody give me Jeremiah 30:7?
Got it, brother.
Yeah, that's why we're going to take the kingdom. Brother, the elder just said it. Because Esau ain't about to give up his slaves.
Right.
That's why the final act is putting a chip in you. Say, look, you're my perpetual slave for life.
Yeah.
Boom, you got a chip.
Yeah, that's why Pharaoh didn't want to let Israel go. I mean, the Most High hardened his heart, but he knew that if he would have let Israel go into the wilderness, those are his slaves, the one that was keeping his kingdom going. they would have left. He knew they were going to leave. He knew in his spirit. But the Lord just hardened his heart to raise them up, you know, so that the Lord, when the Lord brought him down, he could show great power in him.
Show his power.
You know?
Yes.
So let him know, look, the Most High said, look, I'm the one that's in control here. You ain't in control of shit. That's why he turned Nebuchadnezzar into a beast. Because Nebuchadnezzar tried to wax proud. That's why he killed one of the Herods. Made the worms eating from the inside out. Because they said, look, these are the words of a god. This ain't the words of a man.
The angel
he didn't
killed him right there.
Yeah.
Immediately, man, the angel struck him right there.
That's right.
Boom, he just dropped dead right there, man.
That's right.
You got it, bro.
Yep. No, because the point is, he didn't give the glory to the Most High. You know? So the Most High is in control. He ruleth in the kingdom of men and giveth it to whomsoever he wants to. He said he sets up over it the basis of men. And we see the basis of men ruling right now. That's why there's so much corruption going on in the world. That's why, you know, you got homosexual, and you got a debate. Here it is. You got people that's starving, people that's homeless, but you got this debate of whether if a man is born a man, but he decides he wants to go and take a piss in a woman's bathroom, he can do that because he feels he's a woman, but he got a rod. This the type of shit they're going back and forth with, on legislation when they have other more important issues to deal with.
Yeah, you can't take this society, this system seriously. This is a big joke, man. You know? Go ahead and read that out.
It's Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. Alas, for the day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it.
Keep reading.
For it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck, and will burst thy bonds, and strangers
His
shall...
yoke from off thy neck. Who's next? Our necks, man. And what is the yoke? The yoke is the different programs he got to keep us in slavery. Child support, what is it? Birth certificate, driver's license, this license, that license, taxes. Then finally what? The chip.
Read that again.
I will break his yoke from off thy neck, and will burst thy bonds, and strangers.
You know what a bond is? They got papers on it. Like in going back 1700, 1800, if you had a runaway slave, if he ran from this plantation, they would catch him. And then they would say, who is this slave? He said, this is my slave. Well, show me your papers. There's a paper. They had papers on it, right?
12 years a slave.
They show you that 12 years of a slave.
Yeah.
Yep. And then the cracker that came back and got him at the end, he got him because he had papers on him.
Yeah.
He said, look, this man is a free man. He's my friend. He wasn't born into slavery.
Right.
See, brothers, they're not going to tell you that you're a slave. They don't have to tell you you're a slave. But when you get out of line, when you get out of order, they'll let you know. Why do you think Prince put slave on his face? Now, as high as he got to in this society, he performed for a while with slave written on his face. And indeed, he was a slave because his master recordings was owned by Warner Brothers. That's what the litigation was all about. It took 18 years, and then finally, when he won the litigation, they waited 2 years later, and they silenced his ass.
Remember when he no longer used the name Prince, and he had that symbol?
Yeah, the artist.
That was the only way he got around the contract.
Right.
Because you can't sign a symbol on something, you know? So, but they had his name Prince. So everything after that, he figured it out. He figured them devils out.
Right.
But eventually they got his ass.
Yep.
They got him in a place where he didn't like that elevator. He said, don't let the elevator get you down.
That's right.
And the elevator got him down.
And it's the same thing with Sam Cooke. Sam Cooke wanted to own his own master recordings. And they said, nah, nigga. They got rid of him. Ray Charles, for some reason he was able to do it. They showed you that in the movie Ray. He was able to have his own recordings, but very few Jakes, they can't let that be a trend. They said, nah, man, too many of these niggas are waking up to the game.
Right.
You know? So yeah, man. The bottom line is we're slaves, and the only one that can liberate us is Yahweh Shai. It says, no man shall buy you, meaning no man shall save you. Yahweh Shai is the only answer we got.
Right.
Point blank, end of story.
That's right.
Oh, we finished with that. Where we at?
I got some real quick.
There is no other way. Try to tell us another way. Go ahead, we'll wait. What other way you gonna get out of slavery?
Jake, when you watch these different YouTube accounts. Like earlier, I was